Hello everyone, I'm China. Thank you for stopping by my channel today. I received a lot of comments asking about the supplies that I use in my planner after I posted my last video, particularly what kind of stickers that I use and also what kind of pens I use in the sterling ink that don't bleed through and cause a lot of ghosting on the pages. So in today's video, I'm going to go through my favorite planner items that I use on almost a daily basis, and I'll have everything linked below just in case you'd like to pick some of these things up for yourself. So we're going to start first with pens, highlighters, and writing utensils. And my all-time favorite pen to use, specifically in the Sterling and Common Planner, is this Muji pen. It comes in a variety of sizes. I like the 0.38 pen here. I feel like it has a lot of grip to it and is kind of toothy. That works. And I don't experience any bleed through at all. And I don't experience a lot of ghosting either. So ghosting is to be expected on this Tombow River paper, but you can see through it a little bit, but not too much on the other side, and not in a way that is particularly very distracting to what's going to be on the next page. So I do prefer this pen when I'm writing. I also like a 0.5 millimeter as well. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. So that is the pen that I go to and grab most of the times when I'm writing. And then I also use this Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen in the color black. So I like to use this pen to highlight my appointments and make headers when I'm journaling. So I thought it would be nice to kind of show you how some of the supplies look in my planner. So this was actually my planner spread from last week. This is the Muji 0.38 pen here that I use for my to-do list, but to make things really pop off of the page, I use this hard tip brush pen. I think it's really good for beginners that want to also get into brush lettering. I don't do too much myself, but it gives you a nice bold kind of font on the page, and I don't see a lot of bleed through with that either. So this is my current week, and I don't see any distracting. There's no bleed through, and the ghosting isn't very intense either. So if you're looking for some writing utensils for the sterling ink, or even the Hobonichi, anything that uses this type of paper, I highly recommend those two. And then my last is for anyone who likes to use fountain pens or is new to fountain pens. I use this Pilot Kakuno pen. I'm not a fountain pen enthusiast or expert by any means necessary, but I did dabble in a bit, and I do like this one. It's very beginner friendly. It has like a little smiley face on the tip or the nib of the pen, and it tells you like that where that's supposed to face in order for you to write properly. So this is a great pen for beginners, and I like to use this particularly when I get kind of bored. One way to like change up your planner without changing the planner itself is to use different fonts, different inks, different writing utensils to give your spread a different feel. So this week I used the Kakuno Pilot fountain pen, and it made everything really dark for me, and I liked it this week. I went back to using the Muji because with fountain pens, you do need to allow the ink to dry. So I did have some moments where I had some smudging, but that's not anything with the pen itself. It's more the ink that you use and also the paper. So this was a nice little change, but I did go back and we can take a look at any bleed through that I had. The fountain pen didn't bleed through. It does ghost, again, typical for this type of paper, but nothing very dramatic either. So highly recommend if you are looking and want to dabble into fountain pens for yourself. I do have an honorable mention. So I think adding highlighters to your planner routine, especially if you're doing what you might call functional planning, so not putting down a lot of stickers or anything, and you're just using pen and paper, one way to kind of add some color and variety to your spreads is to use highlighters. That way it's still functional, but you're adding a little spice to your spread. So I have these Tombow water-based brush pens. They come with a brush tip. I'm sure you all have seen these before, and then a pointed end. And I also like to use the Crayola super tips as well. I think these are a great cost-effective alternatives to buying the Tombow pens, because these can be a little costly. You can get a good pack of these for $10 or less, depending on what size. And I think these actually have a really great pigment. And we can take a look at my planner again, and I can show you what these look like. This is with the this color Crayola super tip, and this is the week I'm currently on. I don't see any bleed through from this and not a lot of ghosting. And then I used a super tip again this week, and also no ghosting from that, no bleed through, really great pigmented markers. And then this is the current week, and this is using the Tombow brush pen. So yeah, those are my pen and writing utensil recommendations. And now we'll move on to everyone's favorite, or my favorite, stickers. Okay, so these were highly requested. I have gotten asked on my videos, on my shorts that I put up, where I get these stickers from. These stickers are from the shop Vaalea Tumma. I apologize if I'm selling that correctly. You can follow the shop on Instagram. I found them first on Etsy, but I believe they still do have their own website that you can order from them directly. And I love these stickers. They are cute, and they have a sticker for everything. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming going on the site because you can scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, but there's a sticker for bowling. I'm in a bowling league. There's a sticker for planning your day, just you in a sweater, washing your hair, reading books, doing bills, walking outside. Like, you can literally traveling, eating a bowl of noodles. There are stickers for everything. I love the variety. And I also really appreciate the ability that there are different hair colors and skin colors. So if you want to pretend that this sticker is you going through your day in your planner, then you can get a skin color and a hair color that matches you as well. So I'll definitely have this link below. I've been asked a lot, like, where do you get the girl stickers from in your planner? And this is exactly where I get them from. I tend to do like some pretty large orders, like once or twice a year, really just once a year, and I get like every sticker that I could imagine of something that I want to do, reading a book, cooking, anything. And this usually lasts me throughout the year. I go in and out of phases where I use this sticker, these stickers, because they do kind of take up a lot of space, especially if you're in a smaller planner. So this week I did use 2 of them here. And another good thing about this is that the stickers don't have a hard edge. A lot of them kind of blend into the background, so it isn't very obvious that this is like a separate sticker here. Actually, someone at work had looked at my planner and they're like, did you draw these? And I said, no, I did not draw them, because they really do blend in nicely, which I think is a good thing when you're using this type of very delicate paper. Sometimes having really harsh stickers can be just a little, not alarming, but like there's such a big contrast that they don't really flow with the rest of the spread. So I like the way that these are printed, the way that these are cut and designed. Very, very beautiful stickers. My second favorite type of stickers that you all have seen in my recent spreads are stickers from the Rongrong bullet journal sticker book. I grab for this every week, if not every day. I'm really in my, I don't want to say minimalist era, because that would be like just pen and paper, but I'm really into like, I need been getting distracted by a lot on my spread. So I need things that are kind of small. And while there are some like larger boxes and things in here that I use in other types of journals and stuff, my favorite are these smaller icons that I can put inside of my planner. And it really gives a nice kind of like hand-drawn feel, especially if you're like a pen and paper person. I can't draw, so if I need to take something to the mailbox, or I want a cute little flower or something, or a pencil or stars, I love these little hearts here and backpacks and coffee cups. They still give you that hand-drawn feel, but you don't have to draw them yourself. So this is one of my favorites. I'm probably going to buy another one. I just got this one. I went through an entire book. Once you find something that you like, you can stick with it. So this week, I did end up using, I am not feeling a lot of things on this spread. So I use one of the urgent stickers from that book, the rest day, and this little coffee cup. Some honorable mentions you can also see in this spread as well. So these little scientist stickers with the box, with the goggles on. I am a scientist, I'm a molecular biologist, and these are from, I got these off of Etsy. The studio is called Up in the Air Art, and this is called Day in the Lab, but they also have a few other options. This one is called Student Life because I was teaching in the summer and I thought it was cute. This is a girl with her books just hanging out, and I think these stickers that I use were this same girl with like a cup of coffee. Really, really cute. And similar to the Vaalea Tumma stickers, you can pick your skin color as well as your hair color as well. So I love those customizable stickers, and so I have this girl here. And then the other stickers that I like to use are these, they're called Mallows. They're from an Etsy shop called Lahlahland, and these are by far my favorite. I use these almost every week, and they have a sticker for everything as well. So they have a cleaning sticker, listening to podcasts, even uploading to YouTube. And in this week I used it a lot. I'll usually try to stick with a certain theme to my spread. So here I was feeling like black and white with a little hint of purple, and you can see I have these Mallow stickers all over the place. They have a bowling sticker, and it was great. Like I love these stickers. They're printable, so I print them out on Avery sticker paper, and then I just cut them out by hand. I don't have a Cricut or anything, but I cut them out by hand when I need them. So those are the stickers that I use pretty frequently. I'll have everything linked below as long as they're still available, and we will move on to the last category, which will be more like planner supplies. So I've been asked also a lot about this. How do I print my photos? How do I get them really small? What do I use? I use the Canon Ivy. This is a inkless photo printer. You buy zinc photo paper and then put that into the machine and it prints on that. To get them small, I just resize them to be really little, and then I'll stick them right into my planner. So last week I had a relaxing night with my dog and I just printed this photo. I made it really tiny, or what I do is I make a collage where you could pick 4 photos on one piece of paper, and that prints out these photos really small. And this is a nice way to fill up space inside of your planner. So this is a must-have for me. I do wait until I have enough photos to print on like that 4 square grid until I print, but I also use this every single day. The next essential for me that I use often is whiteout, and you can definitely use any type of whiteout, but I like this Twingo whiteout. I got this off of Amazon. I like this for 2 reasons. One, it's kind of like a pen, so it has this retractable portion of it. I've had some whiteout that's not retractable, and the little tip gets stuck and this moves all over the place, and I've ruined some whiteout that way. But this gets covered. I actually have this here. Yeah, this is the box, and it comes with 2. So you get 2 of the dispensers, and then it comes with 2 refills actually, and then inside of the dispensers already you get the dispensers are already full when you get them. So you get like 2 refills of the whiteout, 2 dispensers, and then the 2 that are in it. So it was a really great deal. I got these off of Amazon. We'll link this below. And lastly, I think that every planner should have some type of glue. So whether that's just Elmer's glue, this is a tape runner, and I like the Elmer's kind. There are some, Tombow has one, there are a few others. This has really worked well for me. These are the refills, and I just have this dispenser. I feel like on a cost point, this might be a little bit more cost effective, but it still works the same. I have had the Tombow kind, I've had some other kinds, and this works for me. I think this is good for, what I sometimes have to do is like cut pages out and paste them in. So at the beginning of using this planner, I was in another Sterling ink planner from last year, and so I cut the pages out and I just like stuck them in. I didn't even do them really well. Actually, I used a glue stick for this, but I did have to do this again not too long ago. Yeah, here. And I used this little tape runner for this. I could have gotten better. I just like slap this in here, but this is such a good tool if you are a junk journaler or you like to put stickers or receipts and stuff into your planner as memory keeping. Having some type of tape runner, and this is the kind that I use pretty frequently, is good. And then honorable mention for other supplies that I use is some type of cutting tool. I like the X-Acto knife. I've had a Fiskars one, and that blade was really sharp, and it did I cut through my planner on several occasions. This one is pretty well, and the blade is interchangeable. I do need to change this blade. It's good for cutting washi. I use this to cut the pages out of one planner to put into another. I think it's really handy to have. I think there are some supplies that are good for if you're into planning and decorative planning and memory keeping. There are some essential tools that you should have. So I do think having some type of cutting tool, X-Acto knife, as well as some type of tape runner and whiteout are really some essential planning items. So I want to thank you all for just all the love and comments and feedback on my last video. I am currently working on like a week of my planner to show my planning process, and I got so many great questions about the supplies that I use. So I'm really glad that I was able to put this together, and hopefully this answers some of your questions. If you've seen any type of planner supply or sticker or pen or something that you feel like I didn't cover, you can leave that in the comment section below, and I'd be happy to like find a link for you or do another one of these videos, because I definitely use some other planner items as well, but these are the ones that are my staple go-to. So thank you so much for joining me again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if this is your first time here and you like what you see, you can click that subscribe button. I will see you in my next one. Bye.